Hey, what's up guys, Aiden here. So today we're having a look at the tattoos by AwnJah's for Conor McGregor, and we're starting off with the chest tattoo first. So right off the bat, what we're going to use is Animals 14, which is the lion. And basically it's going to be a triple layer. So as you can see on the screen, Animals 14 has been selected up here. What you want to do is you want to chuck it behind this, right in the back layer of this monkey area. So the bottom layer is going to be tattoos. And then next up we're going to use Celtic Tribal 21. Let me just go back, which is down here in the Celtic Tribal 21. Select that one, and what you want to do is you want to stretch it out so you get a similar shape to what AwnJah's showing us here, and basically it's going to form this middle layer that's going across. Make a copy of that by pressing your left stick in, and then you're going to rotate it using R2 and L2. Make another copy, pressing your left stick in, do the same. And basically what he's done is he's just rotated them slightly, perhaps change the size as he goes further up as well, making them shorter. But basically all you want to do is press the left stick in to make a copy of Celtic Tribal 21, which is the tattoo layer. And let's see how many layers we're going to have to use here to get this back layer going on. So I'm counting so far 6, and again now the 7th one. So every time we got to do is press left stick in and then press L2 R2 to rotate. So we're going to have 7 tattoos. Is that right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Yep, 7 tattoos, which is going to go above the lion layer. Make sure you get the layer ordering right. So this is the bottom layer is going to be the lion. Then next you're going to have these ones. Next up we've got shapes 100, which is this sort of circle mixed with a square. Is it called an oblong? I've forgotten. Shapes 100, and that's going to be the bottom layer of the next bit, which is going to have, I believe, a red tattoo on top as well. As you can see, AwnJah's done it like that. So what you got to do is L2 R2 rotate it. Just make sure you get the rotation right on it, so that it's the same as what he has here, because you can see it's not completely straight. It's a slight angle to it. Next up, we want to use shapes 187, which is this red one up here. Go back if I can get the screenshot. Nice, clicked it too quickly. It's right at the bottom of shapes, basically, this next one. All you got to do is go to shapes and go to the bottom. You'll see a red one, and it's like a spray paint. And basically, you're going to apply that to the left side of the monkey guy, and then make a copy. Go put it on the right side as well. You can use the left stick to fade it in and fade it out. And here it is, shapes 187, right at the bottom, very final one. Nice and easy. Next layer above, we got another shapes 100, which is going to sit in the middle. So go back if I can get that exactly when he clicked on it. Come on, man. There it is. All right, hang on. Yep, there. So as you can see where the yellow outline is, that's where you want to have yours as well. Exactly the same as that. So you can use L2 and R2 to rotate it around. Right, man, he's added even more detail since I last seen this. And then next up, we're going to have on top of the next layer above that, we're going to use miscellaneous 6. And again, as you can see, it's got a similar kind of shape going on to the layer just before that. And it gives it a kind of white texture. I see it gives it a white texture on the outside of it. You can use L1, right? So you can use R2, L2 to rotate, and you can use, I believe it's L1 and right stick to resize it. So you need to resize the tattoo before applying it. So then next up we have another one of shapes 100. You can make a copy of your earlier shapes 100, which is which you just made, and put it to the top there. And now he's just deleted that one. Okay, don't need that one then, I guess. Next up, yeah, okay, because he's made 2 layers of that one. You don't. So the next one's going to be down here anyway. So let's focus on the section down here. So we got again miscellaneous 6. I recommend just making a copy of your other miscellaneous 6 tattoo and dragging it down. And then again, we've got shapes 100. As you can see, the shape is just slanted a slight bit downwards. So chuck it there. You can use R2 to chuck it down to rotate it. And next up we have is miscellaneous 6, guys, and that is going to be the chin strap of the monkey. His kind of goatee just down here. It's actually the bottom layer of it. Okay, it's the bottom layer underneath this chin strap thing. So that's going to be miscellaneous 6. Above that we have Celtic Tribal 20, which is this upside down. I mean, AwnJah's made it upside down, I believe. It's this character, I don't know, it's a voodoo looking guy. What you want to do is press triangle to flip him upside down, and we're going to use the top of his head the top of his head is going to be at the bottom. As you can see, he's just showing us there. Let's just see what he's going to do with that. Okay. Next up, we have shapes 100 again. And that is just going to sit just around roughly where you put shape 69. And it's just going to fill it out as a full black. AwnJah's just rotating his one. Next up, we have shape 71. Again, miscellaneous. Sorry. Next up, we have miscellaneous 6. Okay, so this is going to be what looks to be the back layer just beneath the chin. The level of detail, man. Wow. And perhaps behind the face as well. Actually, next up, we have miscellaneous 6. Let me just go back. Yeah, so that's going to cover the area like this. Which is going to be the top half of the face. Just make sure that you get the layer in order, right? That's the important thing. And if you need to change the layer order, you can press square to swap them out. There's a square button. If you're on Xbox, then I believe whatever the button on the left side is X on Xbox and square on PS4. Next up, we have the circle shape, shapes 1, which is going to be the crown of his head. It's going to be the top of his head, as you can see like this. It's going to sit. This is his skull, I guess. This is the monkey's skull. Shapes 1. And you can use L1 and right stick to change the shape a bit. And again, we're going to use shapes 1 again. This time it's going to be, where's it going to be? This is the middle of his face, I believe. Yep, it's going to come across like this, right across the middle. Next up, we have another shapes 1. And this is going to be a circle around his face to give his face the shape. Okay, cool. And if he removes it, yeah, you can see the missing parts. Next up, we have another shapes 1. Okay, so there's a lot of shapes 1 here just to cover his skull area. So just to get it exactly precise. Next, we're going to the tattoo, which can be used to actually give a lighter look, which is 77, which is, Angels and Demons 1. And that is going to be his, first of all, it's going to be his face layer. Let's just see. Yep, there it is. That's the face layer. It's going to go on like this. So what you need to do is you need to swap yours, do a horizontal flip on it, which is the X button on Xbox, square button on PS4. And then you're going to put it as AwnJah has positioned. Press the left on the D-pad to fade it in. And then next up we have is the Angels and Demons number 12. And that is going to sit right around his mouth area. Okay, it's changed it. So the Angel and Demons 12 mouth is going to give it that red color over here. And let's see. Okay, yeah, and you can use L1 to resize it, and then press the L1 and right stick to resize it, and then press the D-pad to the left to fade it in a little bit. And that's going to sit on his mouth around here. Next up, we have Angels Demons 12 again. And what I'm going to do as well at the end of this tutorial, I'm going to attach the video again, and I'm going to zoom it in so you guys can see exactly where the tattoo should go. Or maybe I'll edit it so that it shows it like that as we go. So next up, Angels and Demons 12 again, and that's to do the bottom side of his mouth. And I believe he might have flipped that one. Let's just go back and have a look. Yeah, so the bottom of the mouth is going to be, again, he's got this red section, and this is the bottom lip, bottom teeth bit. And that's going to, yeah, brilliant. So there, you just want to press triangle, make a copy of your one before, press triangle to flip it vertically, or Y on the Xbox, and then bring it to here. Next up we have is Angels Demons 12, and this is for the eyes this time. Eye region, as you can see, the shape is the correct way up this time. Same again, Angels and Demons 12, and this is for the other eye. Next up we have is Angels and Demons number 9, and that is going to be for the eyeball. As you can see there, he's flipped upside down, so make sure you press triangle to flip it upside down, and then same again, and fade it in as well. He's faded it in a bit by pressing left on the stick, and you just want to have it just above the eye there. Next up we have Angels and Demons number 9 for the eyebrow, and another Angels and Demons number 9 for the other eyebrow. All right, bear with me guys, we're getting this. So next up we have Fantasy 4, which is for the nose, and that is going to go right there. You see where his nose is there? There's the zoom on it. And then we got, again, Angels and Demons 13, which looks like is for the crown. Not sure why it's there, but you know, it adds something, must add something if it's put it. So you want to chuck it up here right at the top in a kind of rectangle shape. And yeah, boom, that's it for the chest tattoo. Okay, so next up we'll do the tiger tattoo, which is a little bit easier. So stick with me, guys. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, what's up, guys? So next up we have is the chest tattoo, and I think the arm tattoo as well. So the first layer you want to be using is shapes number 4, which is going to sit right at the back. Let's see what's above that. Skip forward a little bit. So again, we're going to be using the roses are coming up, and then we're going to be using the tiger shape. Shapes number 4, and you want to fade it in as well. Make sure you fade in shapes number 4 using the D-pad. Next up, we have old school 2, which is the flowers, as you can see, and it's all just tucked in behind the tiger. All of it is just tucked in behind the tiger, so just have a look at the way AwnJah's done it. And again, I think it's just adding a little bit, especially these ones in the bottom right. Bottom right one is very important because it's giving that extra little bit on the edge to give it texture. And there, that's beautiful actually. That's how you can see what it looks like without the tiger there. So as long as you got, especially the outside bit should be coming out, because that's where the tiger's not going to be covering. So next up we have is the grey tiger, and we're going to show you how to make him into the orange tiger using shapes 186. And you want to bring it across to where his nose is. You want to put one in the top right in his ear, top left in his ear, one down here by his chin, one down here by his chin, and then one in his mouth as well. And AwnJah's about to demonstrate how he's done it. And again, you can use the left stick on left D-pad to resize the tattoo, to change the opacity, and you can also use L1 on the right stick to resize it as well. It's kind of a combination of both, really. Next up we have is shapes 187, which is actually on his tongue, and that's going to give his tongue that redness. So there, right where the mouse is, he's got a shapes 187. And then next up, okay, so that's it for the tiger one. So that's pretty straightforward, hopefully. So basically you got spray paints. I'm going to call these spray paints, yeah, because they added in the color. You got a tiger, you got a bouquet behind him, and then you got one oblong green faded in the background. Next up we have the text McGregor and Notorious, which is pretty straightforward. Just follow along as you're seeing patterns with the curve. So we're going to the back now. Angels and Demons number 7, and it looks like he's got a few of them. So 1, make a copy of that, press left stick in, make a left stick in again. Next up we have Angels and Demons number 6, which is a cross that is sitting on top of it to give it that black thing. Next up we have Celtic Tribal 16 going down his back, but in what looks like flips. So each one's been flipped on the way down. So I think you just need to press triangle as you're going down his back on each one to flip it. Hopefully that's quite straightforward. Again, if you guys get stuck, just let us know where you get stuck, and see what we can do to help. Next up we have the arm. So the Joker is going to be on there, and the flowers are going to be on there. So first of all, it's old school 2 again. Flowers on the arm, old school 2, which is, you know, wraps all the way around the arm, as you can see here. And shout out to AwnJah for doing this, buddy. Really appreciate it. Text 18, which looks like he's done some magic. It looks like he's rotated and stretched it out. So just see if you can get a similar looking shape as what he has there. Next up we have the sword, which is on the inside of the forearm over here. Final steps, we have the triangle, and again use L1 on the right stick to resize that, and use the D-pad left to fade it in a bit because he's faded it as well. Next up we have old school 2 again, which is going to layer on top right around the inside of the wrist. It's going to be layering on top of the previous layers, and final layer is going to be the Joker, old school 5, which is going to sit just underneath his elbow, right at the back. All right, cool. Well, let me know how you guys got on with that. How did you find the tutorial? Was it straightforward? Are you still struggling with it? Do you want me to have another look? Is there anything else that we can do to help along? Because obviously we can't share the tattoos, but hopefully this has made things a little bit clearer for you guys. Again, I'd say if you're going to do it in this order. Do the text, do the text, do the tiger, do the hands, and then attempt this big one up here, because this one is going to take up the most of your time. I'd say get the rest of the stuff done and then do the chest one. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you, AwnJah's, for providing this for us. And I look forward to seeing what other CAFs you have on the way, buddy. Catch you guys next one. I'm Aiden, and I'm out of here. Peace.